Namaste. Thank you for joining me for Monday meditation. I've got a minute, so I'm going to give it a minute to get started. I am recommitting myself to doing these and doing what I am supposed to be doing. Hi, this is Christina with Blessed Living, and I am restarting these meditations on Monday. I want to thank you for joining me if you're here. And while I was waiting for this to get started, I opened my book of Earth Prayers and just opened straight to Ecclesiastes 3, verse 1 through 8. And I'm sure you hear this in everyday life, and this is actually one of the sources. To everything there is a season, a time for every purpose under the sun, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance, a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing, a time to lose and a time to seek, a time to tend and a time to sow. Sorry, a time to rend. I need mindfulness. A time to rend and a time to sow, a time to keep silent and a time to speak, a time to love and a time to hate, a time for war and a time for peace. I'm going to cut that because I don't actually like that verse. Bella, 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 stop. 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 Sorry. Okay, let's start over. Hi, welcome. This is Christina with Blessed Living. I am restarting my Monday meditations as we hit the spring equinox. And I've been wrestling with this, and as I move forward, and I'm moving forward as an astrologer. And I had already been moving into my meditations, looking at the celestial movements of especially the moon and also the inner planets and how that's affecting us. So we all know that the moon affects us. We are, I think, 70 to 80% water. We know how the moon affects the ocean, the tides. We know how the moon affects our moods as well. It is not an accident that hospitals and teachers are aware when the full moon is happening, because we all get more emotional. The moon represents our emotional center. And when it's not balanced, we get out of balance, right? And we get more emotional. We can't keep it under control. So in astrology, I like to look at some of the other planets, because if the moon can affect us, we know that these other planets do as well. And I'm a firm believer in that. But the meditation is also a time to really just de-stress and get back in touch with your soul and your inner wisdom and your inner peace. And so astrology is a way to really look outside and figure out how to get in touch. And meditation starts from within and helps us connect with the rest of the universe. So as I get started, I don't think that anyone is here, so I'm going to be using this video and uploading it for people to watch. I am in the process of changing my website, and I will be charging for these videos. You can join me live And if you can't join me live, you can join it, and I will send you whoever basically books the spot for the meditation will get a recording as well. All right. And just a reminder that this is a guided meditation, but meditation is something you can do every single day. 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 30 seconds, waiting in line at the cashier, sitting in traffic, waiting at a doctor's office. And we'll go through a couple of things, and you can literally go through this in 30 seconds and feel just calm and more relaxed. Your soul does like it when you get into this quiet space for longer periods. All right. So tonight we're gonna do a yoga nidra, but we're gonna also focus on a meditation today where we're stepping into fall equinox energy. So these are the notes I wrote today when I was looking at the energies that have come into play and are in play right now for the fall equinox, which was on the 23rd, 22nd to 23rd, and it's the 25th today. And so these are the energies I think we're really needing to center into. Okay, so that being said, going through the summer, we went through what a lot of people may have gone through some changes in their relationship, whether we went back and looked at some issues and they got better, or we looked at issues and things got worse. People from the past may have come in, but really looking at your relationships and what your self-worth is in those relationships was at play from July 22nd to September 2nd. I say those dates because they might have meaning for you. But those are the dates of the Venus retrograde. So Venus has gone direct, and here we are in the fall equinox, and Venus is playing a role in the fall equinox as well. So I felt called as I was looking at the chart for the fall equinox that this is a time and a season for finding balance, looking at where we stand in relationships, your self-worth within the relationship, and also time to look at the lessons that we may have learned over this Venus retrograde, or that are still hanging on because we have resisted them. So whether they've been learned or avoided or resisted, just reflecting back through July 22nd, height of the summer, and where you were with your relationships and any changes that have taken place. And I think this time is important for our marriages or business partnerships, any contractual relationships, because we have Saturn in our 7th house. This can also come up into our relationships with our loved ones, especially with our siblings, and where your voice is within that group of siblings or one sibling, and close friends. Okay. So July 22nd through now, and looking at lessons that could have been learned or have been learned. And I believe that the fall equinox is giving us a time to get grounded and centered. Get centered within, still the drama, the chaos, and also still any projections or illusions that you have. So projections where things within you that you're projecting on others, or illusions where you are maybe rose-tinted glasses and seeing more than there is, or even illusions like that everything's over and maybe there still is something left. It's going to be different for everyone, and this is just a general overview, but I want you to focus tonight on what your self-worth is and what it would look like if you were the star in your life and the star in your relationships. So we're going to get grounded and centered with some deep breathing. And just a side note, we've got Mercury and Jupiter in Earth signs, and Equinox happened in an Earth sign, Capricorn. So I think it was heavy Earth energy, and that's really about getting grounded. So we're going to take some deep breaths, and I want you to feel into a centering position, finding this core part of you where you for in yoga, a lot of times it's standing in mountain. It's feet planted. So if you want to stand up and do that, we can be seated. I'm dealing with tight ankle issues with the rain. I've got a metal plate in there, so this is a bit difficult, but this is just a seated position like this. Feeling your hips getting settled. And I remember back to when I was playing soccer, and I had to like kick it into overdrive because I was played midfield and forward, and I'd have to go faster. And so I'd be running, and then I could feel myself shift, and I would like lower. My knees would be bent a little bit more, and I went into my power center. And for me, I'm a Scorpio in Sag. So Sag rules the hips, Scorpio rules the groin and reproductive system. So a lot of people like feel their power here. For me, it's lower. And as soon as I would like sit into it, I just went into overdrive. Whenever I'm trying to feel balance, I sit back into it. Some people will lean up and into it, possibly an air sign. But for me, I really have to sit into it. So find your position that feels comfortable, and then think about it over the days. Like when you're feeling anxious, is there taking a deep breath, relaxing the shoulders? Where does your core go? Your center, where does that go? For me, I think of it as the seat of my soul. I sit back into it. Okay. So for me, that made a lot of sense when Gary Zukav wrote that book. All right, so it's time to center yourself, and we're going to do some deep breaths. And then just, because there's always new people. So remembering that a deep breath, we're going to inhale through our nose, and then we're going to fill all the way down into our diaphragm and our belly, and like let your belly expand like a balloon. If you've never done it, just think of that as expanding the balloon. And then when we exhale, we're going to exhale through the mouth, and it's going to come up through the belly, out of the chest, and through the mouth. Okay, so just one basic deep breath. So when I was teaching this to students, I would always have them place a hand here and a hand on their belly so they could feel it. And if they couldn't feel it, I would have them lay down. You can also lay down and get seated into this and feel grounded if that helps you. So again, we're going to take that deep breath. And this time I'd like us to do a count. See if you can do a count of 8. Okay, so we're going to breathe in for a count of 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold it for 2 seconds. 2, exhale. Maybe 4 seconds. Okay. So let's do that again. What I want is try to get that exhale actually to be a little bit longer than your inhale. So I'm going to reverse that. Maybe inhale for 4 and exhale for 8. Okay. And that holding, if you can hold it for 2 to 3 seconds, that actually allows not the air to just go in and out, but it allows the oxygen to infuse the cells of your brain and your body. So the holding your breath is really important. And then if you stick your tongue at the top of your roof of your mouth, right behind your teeth, That can also help just relax you. This is just a little trick. Okay. So an inhale of 4, hold for 2, 3 seconds, and exhale. Try to exhale for 8, 6 or 8. Inhale. Hold and exhale. You feel a little dizzy, just slow your breathing down. Maybe not so deep. This is new to you. Otherwise, just keep going. And allow your body to become completely still. Allow your breathing to become shallow, regular breathing. Breathing in, breathing out. In, out. It's time to center yourself. We're going to set intentions. We're going to move forward with a purpose and leave today able to communicate with precision and purpose. Using the energy of Mercury in Virgo and Jupiter in Taurus, both heavy earth energy. This is activated at this time, and it's available to guide you in learning and communicating your goals within your relationships. Right now, we have Saturn in the 7th house of relationship and Mars in the house of the third house with siblings and communication and close friends. I only explain that for those who are interested. You can trust that there's activation of these areas going on in your life right now. And even if they aren't, it's still good practice, right? To be able to have precision in our communication and to communicate with a goal and a purpose, especially in our relationships. So we're going to enter into Yoga Nidra with a clear intention. That's what Yoga Nidra does, is it helps us relax completely so that we can place an intention into our subconscious while we are deeply relaxed. As you think about the intention that you're going to set, remember that we're going to begin with you as the star in your life, your relationships, and feeling loved and giving love. So the sun is Venus right now is in Leo, which is about being the star, the performer, but the Leo also gives so much enthusiasm and warmth to other people. So it's just as much about giving as it is receiving and feeling appreciated. Maria Montessori, as you know, I've spent my life in Montessori. She thought that love was the greatest of human endeavors, separating us from other species, more even so than intelligence. She said, quote, "Love is more than the electricity which lightens our darkness. It's more than the etheric waves that transmit our voices across space. It's more than any of the energies that man has discovered and learned to use. Of all things, love is most potent." So we're going to open up our heart chakra as we begin. And this is, we're going to use the Sanskrit word yam. That sound, yam. It helps open the heart chakra. All right, so you just take a deep breath in, and on the exhale, you're going to feel each of the each of the letters in the sentence, and often you're going to extend the vowel. Oh, that might be backwards. I don't know. Okay. Yam, Y-A-M. And I like to place my hands here in prayer. Yam. 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 One more. Yam. Okay. We need to love ourselves and forgive ourselves and honor ourselves before we can truly love another. Because otherwise we can project our anger, our disappointment, our lack of acceptance of ourselves, our own flaws onto others, especially our loved ones. So take a moment tonight to tell yourself, I love you, and then say your name. I love you, Christina. And you can repeat after me. You can think this in your head. I love you, Christina. Say your name. I love you with your imperfections, your flaws. I love the light in your eyes, your laugh, your plans. You can add your own pieces. What do you love about yourself? I love you. Now, from this place, I ask you to set your intention and what you would like to learn to be able to communicate with yourself and with your loved ones going into the fall. You can write it down if you like, now or later. I like to do this myself for each new and full moon. I think it's important to remember our intentions and be able to go back and look at them later on. So this is a good time to do that as well. I'll give you a moment to think of your intention. What would you like to communicate to yourself and to your loved ones and or loved ones? What is your goal and purpose as you lead forth from love with Venus and Leo, the energy guiding us to? Okay, so I invite you to lie down. You can stay seated if you like, but lying down in the Savasana or corpse pose is the best for Yoga Nidra. Your legs apart, arms at your side, palms up. You might need a bolster. Get your back comfortable. We're going to breathe in. And I'll apologize for my cat. Smoke. He's just looking for us. Yep, here he comes. So release all your worries and cares. Breathe in the love that you're giving yourself. And breathe out the love. Releasing all judgment. At this time, just listen to my voice. You don't need to analyze anything. Just follow my voice. The body and mind becomes very relaxed. Remind yourself your intention. Remind yourself you will not sleep. I will not sleep. I will remain awake throughout the practice. We're going to relax from the top of your head to your toes, having complete stillness. Complete stillness, your whole body relaxed. State your intention as a short and positive statement 3 times with awareness, feeling, and emphasis. Saying it in your mind. If you're in a place where you can say it aloud, I invite you to even use your voice. Because Mercury is being activated, and that's speaking your truth. Okay, as quickly as possible, awareness is going to go from part to part. Don't linger on any part. I'll repeat a part. Become aware of that part of your body. And then the next part as I name them. So for example, you might say your right thumb, your left, your right finger, index finger, second finger, third finger, and you're just going to think on it and move on. Okay, so we're going to start with the right side. Your right thumb, right finger, first finger, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, palm, top of the hand, wrist, lower arm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, left hand, left thumb, left first finger, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, palm, top of the hand, wrist, lower arm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, shoulders, chest, back, abdomen, lower back, spine, top of your head, right ear, left ear, forehead, right eye, left eye, nose, right cheek, left cheek, mouth, chin, neck, back of your head, waist, right hip, right thigh, right knee, right lower leg, right ankle, right top of the foot, right sole of the foot, right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, left hip, left thigh, left knee, left lower leg, left ankle, left top of the foot, left sole, left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe. Whole of your back, your buttocks, whole of your spine, your shoulder blades, whole of the front, your abdomen, your chest, whole of the front and back together, whole of both arms, whole of both legs, whole of your whole body together, whole of your whole body together, your whole body together. Become aware of your body lying on the floor, sitting in a chair. Visualize your body lying on the floor. Become aware of your breath. Feel the flow of your breath in and out of your lungs. Don't change the rhythm, just natural, automatic. Maintain awareness. Focus on your navel area, rising and falling with each breath, expanding and contracting. Now we'll count backward, 27 to 1. Keep on with no mistakes. In, 27. In, 26. 25. 24. 23. 22. And continue. In and out. Just on your breath. Automatic. Natural. Now shift to your chest. And again, focusing on the breath going in and coming out. Through your chest, entering your chest, exiting your chest, counting backwards from 27, 26, 25, 24, so on. Now your throat. Bringing attention to your throat and your breath going in and out of your throat. 27 in, 26, out, 5, sorry, 24, 23, 2, 1, and so on. Feel it, breathing so you can feel that in your throat. Down. Bring it to your nostrils. Breathe in through your nose and out through your nose. 6, 5, 2, faster. Now, as you leave the breathing, we come to the part of visualization. I will name a number of things, and you should develop a vision of them. Feeling, a vision in your mind, imagination, emotion, or smell. And then let it go. And pull it to you and let it go. A burning candle. Burning candle. Burning candle. Tulips in bloom. Tulips in bloom. Stars at night. Stars at night. Water flowing in a stream. Water flowing in a stream. Sunset over the ocean. Sunset over the ocean. Birds flying in formation. Birds flying in formation. A meadow with wildflowers. Meadow with wildflowers. A robin in a nest. A robin in a nest. A stone temple in the woods. A stone temple in the woods. A downpour of rain. A downpour of rain. Wind from the ocean. Wind from the ocean. Snow-capped mountains. Snow-capped mountains. Desert oasis. Desert oasis. Ocean at sunrise. Ocean at sunrise. A ship in the fog. A ship in the fog. A dandelion in the yard. A dandelion in the yard. A butterfly floating in the air. A butterfly floating in the air. A spider's web. A spider's web. Frog hopping. A frog hopping. An eagle soaring. An eagle soaring. And back to center. And now is the time to repeat your resolve to yourself, one that you made at the beginning. Don't change it. Repeating it to yourself 3 times with feeling, emphasis. As we come out of Yoga Nidra, you didn't see it, but my cat's laying here and he just did the whole thing with us. As we come out of Yoga Nidra, you're going to want to stretch your body a little bit, becoming aware of your breath, of your whole body, becoming aware of your surroundings. You start to move, rock, side to side, stretch. I invite you to give yourself a hug. Remind yourself of the love that you have for yourself and the love that you have for others in your life. Speak your intention aloud. Give life, give breath to it using the energy of Mars, the great energizer, which is in the sign of Libra, the peacemaker. It's in the third house of siblings and close friends. And Libra also represents partnerships. So I invite you to speak love into all of your communication, speaking love to yourself and speaking from love to others. I wish you well. I hope that this meditation has brought you some relaxation, but also inner peace, by connecting to your love, your divinity within, and setting the intentions to step into the lessons that we get to explore this fall, in the darkening days of fall. Like I said, I invite you to speak love. And so with that, we are done. You've been given the gift of a new day. Receive it and use it in a lifelong quest for knowledge and understanding that we are love, first and foremost. I wish you peace. I wish you love. Namaste, which means the light in me bows to the light in you, and the divinity in me bows to the divinity in you. Right. So I hope you have enjoyed this. I am going to be back on schedule doing these on Mondays. And if you have come or purchased this, you will get this recording. All right. Thank you. So he's right after he came in here. Yeah. This is the epitome of yoga nidra. And then even of the meditation, because they say when cats wink at you, like close their eyes at you, that's when they say that they love you. When I was doing that, that's what he did. So there he is. There's my Bella in my messy space. All right. Thank you for joining me.